Welcome to your Tarotscope, Taurus. This reading is designed just for you to guide you through the energies and opportunities of Scorpio season. So that's the 23rd of October to the 21st of November 2024. And remember, tarot isn't about predicting the future, it's about understanding the present and empowering you to navigate it with intention. I'm Fingal, a professional tarot reader and psychic and founder of the Wellness Foundry. So let's dive into the cards and see what message the universe has for you, Taurus. So whether you're looking for clarity, some inspiration, a gentle reminder, there's always something to learn from the cards. So here's what you need to focus on this week, Taurus. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So interesting. If it were any other sign, these cards might be kind of quite exciting. They are exciting cards, so it's not necessarily a problem at all. But as we well know, if anybody resists change, it is you, Taurians, unfortunately. And we have the biggest change card in the deck with the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting too that we have two wand cards, the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. The wands typically relating to the element of fire, motivation, creativity, driving things forward, action effectively. The good thing is with Taurus is that you've always got the grounding in order to do that. But sometimes there can feel a bit of a drag of, oh, do I have to? I'd rather just kind of stay in my comfort zone, stay kind of nice and grounded, low to the ground and stick with what is familiar. Unfortunately, Taurus, you're being asked a little bit over Scorpio season to push forward, step a little bit out of your comfort zone. Again, as we wind down towards the winter months, towards the end of the year, there can be a tendency to want to hibernate, to kind of draw back in and slightly shut the world out. This is not necessarily the best time to do it. Queen of Wands, perhaps one of the most kind of creative energies, arguably one of the most creative energies outside of perhaps the Empress, but has this ability to turn her hand, his hand, their hand, to any kind of task that is put in front of them. So you might feel that you're spinning quite a few plates. Again, pun intended, with the Wheel of Fortune, there might be a bit of, having to do this, and this. And again, there's this resistance of going, oh, but I want to slow down, but things seem to be speeding up. So there's a bit of a reminder, a bit of a suggestion of please don't resist the need. You can't quite wind down just yet. That may very well come, but now is not quite the time. It's also important, particularly with the Three of Wands, to set your sight on the horizon. Think big rather than small. So if there's ever a toss-up between, or should I do this because it's the easy route, or should I do this? It might be a bit more challenging, it might require a bit more work, but it is expansive. I would go with the latter. Again, I can feel there's a bit of resistance in terms of, oh, but do I have to? I want to keep things simple. Again, it's perhaps not about overcomplicating things, but it is about looking at the bigger picture, the grander prize, really. It does feel a season and a time where any effort, any application that you put in now will pay dividends, but it seems to be pulling on those last little bits of resource. It's like, it's the kind of, not quite the 11th hour, but it's asking you to nudge forward just a bit longer, bit more forward. It's interesting with the Three of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune in combination, because again, these typically talk about slightly larger changes. It can be around home, it can be around travel. Effectively, it's about our placement in the world. So then you may find that some of these questions come up, those larger questions of where do I want to be? Again, with 2025 just around the corner, this might be an interesting point of reflection for you, Taurus, of actually, what are my aspirations? What are my goals? What am I trying to achieve? Rather than just being on the hamster wheel of just go, 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 go. It's a helpful time to be kind of, as I say, looking at the bigger picture and looking at those bigger questions. But again, it's like, unfortunately, there's this big irony of you are being asked to embrace change, even though you may want things to kind of stay as they are. The Queen of Wands as well, in part the Three of Wands, is giving you the confidence. It's a reminder to have self-belief. Look at themes around self-worth too. I don't think it's dreadful. I don't think it's bad. But just, am I shortchanging myself, or am I kind of giving an 8 when I need to be giving a 10? So look at these aspects of where could I actually step up to the plate just a touch more. Again, as Taurians, you're not work shy, you're not necessarily guilty of being idle by any means, but it could mean, well, I don't want to rock the boat. Again, it's not necessarily about rocking the boat, but it is about maybe going slightly that extra mile over this season. Again, there's probably, oh great, I can't wait. But it's not for naught. It's not just work for work's sake. It is actually going these extra mile in order to, it's with the confidence, with the aplomb of moving forward, it will actually bring about positive change. I think this is ultimately what they're talking about. So yeah, as I say, it's interesting that these cards have come up for your star sign, because, as I say, if this was Leo or Aries, they'd be like, yes, okay, great. It's all about pushing forward. It is about pushing forward, and inevitably, when we move forward, we also bring about cycles of change, and it's as much about you embracing that, even at the time where you might be wanting to wind down towards the end of the year. So I hope that helps. I hope that sparks something within you, and have a wonderful, wonderful Scorpio season.